Giggity, giggity, giggity goo.
I do believe we need to hold 2024 accountable for its behavior. That is what white women do now. We point out other things that are toxic because we don't get irony. And that is our truth. This was the year that people were behaving so poorly, we started being wistful about murderers. Remember, this was the year we were like, were the Menendez brothers so bad? Were we too hard on the Menendez brothers? This was the year we could not get enough of murderers. Gypsy Rose became our favorite celebrity because murdering your mom is so brat. They had her on a red carpet, a little on the nose for a murderer, but she was like posing in a fancy dress. We were like, slay, and she was like, I did. And of course, our heartthrob of the year was the alleged cold-blooded killer named Luigi, who is now in the same prison as Diddy, which I'm very upset about because Luigi already has a lower back issue. This was the year nothing made sense. Fertility was down, sales of baby oil was up, white supremacy groups reached record highs. It got so bad, Ariana Grande became white again. We just all broke mentally this year. Things got so bleak, we started watching the WNBA. What happened? Documentaries finally realized the only way to make money is to just make them about cheerleaders. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleader doc showed the girls being treated horribly, underpaid, crying. I thought I'd open a video on Hunter Biden's laptop. In 2024, some things left us, some came back. Sanity left us. Somehow crypto is back. Do you guys even know what crypto? No one thought the timing of crypto was fishy. As soon as women started making money, they were like, money's over. Money's over. I don't even know what crypto is. As far as I understand, it's just astrology for men. 2024 election fried our brains. The Democrats couldn't hold a primary because they were too busy holding a body upright. Are we still rolling? Am I off?
Go for it.
It was amazing that the pro-choice party didn't give their voters one when it came to the presidential candidate. Kamala was forced on us so hard you'd think she was patented by Pfizer or Moderna, whichever one's. Oh, God. Andy just gave me a very scary look.
No!
Let me be clear, though. 2024 was not only negative. The media wants us to believe this country is so divided, but we actually came together a lot this year. As a nation, we unanimously agreed that we would rather see J-Lo in a toxic relationship than in concert. We all agreed the government totally knows what drones are and are telling us. The drones are still up there, and we have no idea what's behind them. No idea. I mean, they're still up in the sky, so I guess we can rule out that they were made by Boeing. The point is, I think we all agree on a lot of things. And since I only have a minute left live on establishment media, why don't we just say a bunch of things that we know that they'll never cover? Okay, ready, go. Trump shooter didn't have any silverware in his house. No one thought that was weird. Are we still rolling? Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia put money into Disney, so just know there won't be any girl characters in the next Cars movie. Why have so many presidents' chefs died? Weird. Boy Scout of America, they renamed itself Scouting America. You know who else changed their name? Sean Combs. Just saying. Let's learn something in 2025. I can't believe you guys are still letting me go. This is amazing. I love CNN. Please stop me, Andy, because I will just keep going.
Happy New Year, Whitney Cummings.
Am I still streaming?
Yes.
This is amazing.
Wake up, grab a cup of Joe. It's Charlie County Speaks. Ken Lovejoy, and he's the real McCoy. 4 days a week. Yeah, gonna tell you like it is and give it to you straight. Local, state, and national, these issues they can't wait. And it's Charlie County Speaks. Charlie County Speaks. Charlie County Speaks. Oh yeah, Charlie County Speaks.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
This is Charlotte County Speaks, your chance to let your voice be heard on local, state, and national issues. And now, broadcasting live from a dumpy little warehouse behind a Taco Bell, the host of Charlotte County Speaks, Ken Lovejoy.
And away we go.
Well, hi there, friends and neighbors. How are ya? Happy New Year.
News Radio 1580, 100.9 FM, WCCFradio.com. Charlotte County Speaks, 9/12, January 2nd. Ken Lovejoy with you. Mike Imbasciani over here, too.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Our phone lines are open for you, whatever you wish to discuss. 941-206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. You can email us, the address ccspeaks@live.com. Miss a show, head to our homepage, WCCFradio.com, and just scroll down to the podcast section, and we all be there.
Yes.
So what's going on? How you doing? Happy New Year.
I'm good. Yes, it's good to be here.
How was your New Year's Eve?
It was nice. It was.
What'd you do? Where were you at? You were in Cape Coral?
No, we had a private party out in Arcadia.
Oh, Arcadia. You were out there, huh?
Yeah, one of them fancy RV resorts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Middle management retirees.
Oh, yeah. So it was very nice. Had a very nice crowd, and some folks had seen me before as well and plan on coming out to some Twisted Fork gigs and some other things. Not in Arcadia, because that's the only place I play in Arcadia currently.
Oh, all right.
Is those private parties at places like that.
Oh. Well, is there any bars out in Arcadia anymore? Did they all get blown away by the hurricanes? I know there's some great delis in
right, yes.
Got some great delis.
Oh, yeah.
You got some great antique shops that are still there.
Some of those have gone out too because of the hurricane. That's been sad.
I wonder if Mark, if you're listening, I wonder if he still has his. If Scylla still has hers out there. Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
But the schedule is busy for January here.
Yeah,
folks.
good.
Yeah, MikeImbassiani.com for the full schedule. But coming up tonight, January 2nd, ring in the new year the right way. Well, we already rang in the new year. It's start the year off right at this point.
So you got a DeLorean or something?
Right, yeah. Over at Torched in Cape Coral tonight.
A call back to
back
in the
future. Yes. So tonight, Torched in Cape Coral on Surfside Boulevard there from 6 to 9. Tomorrow, Friday the 3rd, over at TJ Carney's in downtown Venice from 8 to 11. And Saturday the 4th, 8 to 11 at Ortesia, downtown Punta Gorda. You can throw out the gym New Year's resolution immediately.
I've already been to the gym.
Right.
I was at the gym New Year's Eve. I will go again today.
Very nice. I worked out on New Year's Day.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Well, good for you.
Starting the year off right.
I did. It was weird.
Yeah.
I got home from Imbasciani about 1.
Yeah.
And then I got family all out on the West Coast.
Right. So they're all texting you.
It was like 3 before I fell asleep, man.
Right.
So I did nothing yesterday.
Right. But the New Year's resolution of, I'm going to go to the gym now. Well, just come to Artesia Saturday night on the 4th here and get some pasta.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I was at the gym. I got there probably, 12:30, 1 o'clock. Everybody was, It was resolution day.
Yes.
They were starting early. I've never seen the gym that packed.
I'm signing up today.
Well, of course, a lot of kids on vacation, too.
Oh, yeah.
That could be it, too.
Right.
But nonetheless.
Yes.
It's always the first couple of weeks to a month after the beginning of the year.
Yes.
Where the gym is just packed. Everybody's there. I'm doing it. And then a couple of weeks later, it's like,
I'm not doing
it. I pulled a hammy.
Right in the groinal region.
Right in the groinal. It's the groin muscle.
Yes. And then Sunday, we are back at the Hobby Lobby Plaza for the Cocoa Plum Cars and Coffee event.
They're expanding the Cocoa Plum. Did you hear that?
No, are they?
Up there where the where Sumter is, where the Wendy's is, or rather used to be because she's closed now. That whole medical plaza, it's been sitting vacant for decades.
Wow.
Cocoa Plum is expanding up to that area, I hear.
Very nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, they got a nice little section there. So we're going to be doing the car show there Sunday, the 5th here, from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Bring a chair.
Cool.
And come wake up together.
Okay.
MikeImbassiani.com. And, of course, you can watch the video of this show. And 2 weeks ago.
You see my new hat? You like my new hat?
Yeah, I like the new hat.
It is cool.
It's got
it's got a little thing on there?
Oh, yeah. It's got the little palm trees. That's
palm
nice.
Trees.
Little turquoise Florida.
Kind of like that.
I got my bear hat on.
Again.
It's a nice hat. So you can see the video of these shows if you deem fit. By following the Freedom Chronicles YouTube channel, Rumble page, and Spotify. Sometimes the Spotify's been taking down the episodes a little bit because of the music, but I don't care.
Oh, what are you going to do?
So go subscribe and watch the videos.
What are you going to do?
There you go.
Hey,
Hey.
how many more reasons do you need to not buy a Cybertruck? They don't blow up like regular cars.
Yay. I know everybody's been talking about that.
I mean, and that's why I was, when I'm looking at the video yesterday, I'm hearing the little bottle rockets going off.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well, what the hell do we have here? Did somebody deliberately set fireworks?
And looking at the video,
and
of the
apparently
back
he had
of
a
the
lot
truck.
more stuff in there,
Yeah.
but it didn't blow up as apparently intended.
None of the windows blew out of the Trump Hotel either, which was amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
where I
saying.
stayed. That's where I stayed when I was in Las Vegas.
Really?
And so they have
Were you
this
there
huge
doing recon for this?
Oh yeah, right. They have this
Alleged
huge
former Green Beret
overhang. That's basically the entrance going into the lobby.
Yeah, you can see all the smoke building up under.
Right. So you can see that in the video. So the fact that you notice the fire department has finally figured out how to put these EVs out too. They have that big blanket.
Yeah,
that they
which
put
is
over
pretty
it.
cool. Just
Yeah.
smothers the whole damn thing.
So at least they figured that out.
Yeah.
But it is pretty incredible that the whole frame and shell of that Cybertruck is pretty intact. It's like, hey.
Yeah, Musk is probably going to use this as a commercial.
Oh, yeah.
See?
As he should. Free advertising.
I mean, yeah, it's totaled, but hey, come on.
Yeah, we can rebuild that.
Still there.
Yeah.
So, what do we have here? Allegedly, 2 former individuals who were in our military recently, within the last 5-10 years.
Correct.
One of them is, of course, Radical Muzzy. Gee, go figure.
I'm shocked.
And we don't know.
And with a name like that, why was he in the military to begin with?
Well, see, again, I blame, really.
What are the standards? Did he have a clearance?
I'm going back to blaming Bush on this.
Yeah.
Bush is the one who allowed, while telling us we have to fight them over there or they're come here, while at the same time importing them and their mosques here.
Right.
Kind of defeated the whole purpose of fighting them over there, right?
Because we should kind of be their friends, man.
Yeah, if we just let them see America and how cool it is.
Yeah,
how much fun we're having. How we're working hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, aren't you related to that guy?
Distantly and only by marriage. Yeah, it's on my mom's side.
Yeah.
My mom's side of the family, I forget her name, but she married Barbara Bush's father, whose mother was killed in some car wreck or something.
Ah.
I've got pictures from the wedding.
Right.
You see little George in a little
Jeb.
suit. No, not Jeb. It was just little George. Somebody was helping him on with a little. He had one of those little kid suits with short pants.
Oh, yeah, right.
but the
Yeah.
suit jacket, a little tie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, luckily not by blood. And with that,
I'm a radio personality. His diet consists of black coffee and sarcasm.
We'll be right back with Charlotte County Speaks on News Radio 1580 WCCF.
The tax code is trending? Yeah, for some reason. Everybody's talking about the tax code on the old social media right now. It's getting quite popular. For some reason, people are coming to the realization, gee, that tax code's kind of complicated at over 75,000 pages long. Again, you want to go back to 1913, it was 400 pages. Now, right around 75,000 pages. Why? Well, that's, my friends, I'll explain to you why. That's how politicians derive their power. I've explained this in terms of Superman, okay? Superman gets his power from the yellow sun. Politicians in Washington, D.C. get their power by giving handouts and giveaways and carve-outs via the tax code or the Federal Registry. WatchdogOnWallStreet.com.
Change, change, change. 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 Change, change, change of food. For 5 long years, I thought you were my man. But
News Radio 1580, 100.9 FM, WCCFradio.com. Charlotte County Speaks. January 2nd, still a lazy week. Nobody's working.
No.
Except
Some places
us.
are still closed.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, well.
it's a
Abby's was
Thursday.
closed.
Yeah.
Had to do the big D's
Yeah.
today, which was nice. I
Not bad,
haven't had the big D's.
Oh, yes. But yes, the
Very
Abby's
good.
was closed.
Yeah. Well, the late, great Aretha Franklin.
There you go. Yes.
What do you got for her?
And on this day in 2018, American record producer, songwriter, music publisher, and musician Rick Hall, best known as the owner of Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, died at the age of 85. Hall almost single-handedly established the town of Muscle Shoals as a crucible of some of the greatest soul music to be produced in America
And
in
the
the
greatest
60s
rock
and 70s.
music.
Yeah.
Greatest, the Stones,
So
Allman Brothers.
Yeah. So Aretha Franklin, Wilson Pickett, Etta James, and Clarence Carter were just a few of the rhythm and blues artists who recorded under Hall's supervision using the group of session musicians called Muscle Shoals there, using them as the basis for what became known as the Muscle Shoals sound.
Yep. And bunch of white boys.
Yeah. Hey.
And as well, who else? Who are the background singers that they had there? What'd they call them? The Swampettes or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, the Swampers was the band.
The Swampers were the band.
And then
but,
I would assume the Swampettes.
Yeah, I think that's what they, yeah. Yeah. Cool. 206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. So, if you've been paying attention to Sean Ryan and you caught episode a couple of weeks ago, you saw Sarah,
Yes.
former CIA.
I just started following her on Twitter, too.
Yeah,
I recommend
me
everybody do so.
too.
Yeah.
But during that show, she told us that there was already over 1,000
Oh, yeah.
here.
Right.
Ready to do stuff here and in Europe, and it was all going to coincide. It was said it was coordinated, but she didn't know how. If it was all going to happen on the same day or over a period of days. She told Sean and us, as you were watching it, that she also told everybody in government that she had this info.
Yeah.
So they all knew
Because it's public
it was
info.
coming. Yeah.
It's
She
all
she opened
non-classified.
sources. She opened
Yeah.
sources, all of her intel.
Yeah.
And because she's not in the CIA anymore, but she knows how to look.
Right.
And nobody paid attention to her. Nobody did anything about it. In fact, if you look at, the smell, the stench of these actions actually being facilitated by our deep state, to me, are strong. Just saying.
Yeah.
It was done too easily. They knew it was going to happen. Nobody did anything to, particularly New Orleans. I think you've got a big class action lawsuit against the city for not putting those barriers up.
Yes. And even a friend of mine, we were talking about it, and he said, he was surprised it wasn't Times Square. But really, New Orleans, that makes more sense. It's a softer target. It's a place that already is known for being a crazy environment on any weekend,
And
let alone a holiday like that.
Adams ain't playing no more.
Right.
So I would imagine that it would have been that the barriers were up there.
Yeah.
You want to go to place.
And look at the Louisiana politics. All the corruption.
But look at the police chief.
Yeah.
My God. My God. Ran over two pedestrians. She's so old, they fired her ass in California, and hey, we'll take her.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the Louisiana
Good
politics.
God. And see, and again, it is politics because most police chiefs are appointed, not elected.
Yeah.
So you can thank your local government of Nolans for this piece of work.
And so is a soft target.
Yes. Hi, caller. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you hear me okay?
I do. Over.
Okay, thank you. I hear so much about everybody being concerned about their federal income tax, and I hear ads for people offering tax services and everything. And just recently, I've heard that there's a new law coming to town with the Trump administration called NACERA. And the IRS is not going to be collecting federal income tax anymore. Have you guys heard anything about that?
Well, I know that that whole thing, I mean, first it's got to go through a big process before that happens. Hopefully he can accomplish something like that because, yes, as Markowski was saying, right now, back in 1913, the tax code about 400 pages. Today, 75,000 pages.
Yeah.
And look at the literal.
I believe that anybody out there that's concerned about their taxes for this year should not be concerned about them at all. I don't think there's going to be any. They're going to be refunded all of it, and I think people should just not be concerned about the federal IRS anymore. Just be beholden for a while to their state and their local taxes.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, luckily we don't have any state or local taxes. We live in free Florida. But yeah, definitely. IRS reform is really, I mean, come on. At this point, very necessary. Yes. Look at some of the scum they got in there just abusing people. So, yes, it sounds good to me. Anything to get rid of the IRS.
If you hear any news about it, please talk about it.
Oh, we will.
Listening.
We will. Thank you. Appreciate it. 206-1580, toll free. They're talking about a lot of stuff right now. Right. But, first he's got to get past January 20th. Yeah. That's our first goal here. Yes. After that, everything's gravy. There's a lot to be accomplished, and a lot of people are whining about Mikey. Not this Mikey.
The little Johnson Mikey.
The little Mikey with the little Johnson.
Yes. Which is obviously not me.
And you've got three McDouchertons who are who are really disimps. And really, they are. Massey, Wood, and Little Chipper. They're all disimps.
Oh, yeah. Disimps. That's a good one. I like that one.
And I think Millie came up with that one.
Okay.
Or Dilly.
Dilly
came up with that. Yeah. But anyway, you got three guys trying to vacate the speaker at a time when we've got no choices of anybody that we would like as speaker to get in. There's no votes. There's no votes for that. So why are these guys trying to they're literally, in my opinion, they're trying to use some thin veil of MAGA as their cover. No, we have to, MAGA, America, we got to get Trump straight. Sorry, you don't have anybody. It's not going to be one of you. Massey,
and at this point, right now, when they're about to have a new vote anyway for a speaker, it's
sorry.
Why? What are you talking about?
Well, they're trying to hamstring Trump is what they're trying to do, these three pieces of garbage. Hi, caller, you're on the air.
Afternoon. Morning, guys. Two questions.
Okay.
If a woman accuses Trump of sexual abuse and she loses, he doesn't get convicted, but he calls her a liar, she can sue him for $5 million. Why can't he sue her for defamation for accusing him of something that didn't happen?
Well, because he doesn't have lawyers or judges who are actually on his side. If he was a Democrat, this never would have happened at all. Because he's Trump, it happened. So Ms. Carroll gets to lie and pretend. And there's so many. I mean, that outfit she was wearing on the cover of the magazine recently she said was the outfit she was wearing when she got raped wasn't even out then
for a couple years or something.
Again, there's just too much to point to her lies. But again, when you have corrupt judges and a corrupt system,
kangaroo court.
Essentially. So hopefully.
But has he even tried? Has it been made public that he's tried?
I don't know. I would imagine stuff like that is going to be adjudicated further after he takes office, and maybe there'll be a different outcome. I don't know.
Hopefully,
he should appeal.
And another thing is, why can't Biden be tried for treason for not securing our border?
Oh, he should be. But when you know that he should be, as well as all of the people who lied to cover it, said, "Oh no, Joe's great, Joe's awesome." The cabal of people who've been running this country into the ground for the last 3 years because Joe has been mentally incapacitated for the last 3 years. Yeah, there's a lot of people that need to be tried for treason. But do you think it's actually going to happen? Do you think that the Republicans are going to have the balls to do anything remotely like that, other than having a big rolled up sleeve talk session? Well, they'll tell us everything that they all did, and we'll all know that everybody's guilty. But there will be no. They'll wag their fingers, but there will be no.
Democrats
no
need
actual,
to stop doing this.
Yeah, there will be no indictments or prosecutions or anybody actually held accountable.
No.
I feel it's worth bringing out there just to let everybody.
Yeah, you got to keep saying.
Why things like that happening?
I don't know. Oh well.
All right.
Hey, happy New Year, and hope 25 is a great one for us. If we just keep focusing on being happy, and we keep focusing on our freedom and our abundance, and quit focusing on the negative Karens of the Democrat Party. They're already starting to fade away. Success is always the best revenge.
Oh, yes.
And may you have that.
Can't get here soon enough.
Indeed. All right, buddy. Thanks. 206-1580, toll-free 888-441-1580. Well, I've been on vacation, so I'm still in a don't give a crap mode.
You're in a good mood.
But this punk over here.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I am hotter than a bear butt on a tin roof in August.
Because I haven't gotten to eat any pasta.
A little chilly out there. It's not really like August at all. Yeah. Tin roof would probably be.
I'm wearing my little.
You got a little windbreaker on there.
A little windbreaker. Yeah. So yeah. Speaking of the things that have been happening around, as Sarah mentioned in that interview with Sean Ryan, it would seem that in New Zealand, in Wellington, a driver ran down 2 New Zealand police officers as they patrolled on foot in the early hours of New Year's Day, killing one and seriously injuring the other.
Just 2?
Just 2.
Was the guy Muslim?
Do
we have a name?
I don't believe we have a name, but...
Then he was probably Muslim.
Probably. Just putting it out there.
Well, because, that could have just been a guy who got, if it's only 2. They're trying to aim, from what I'm reading, they're trying to aim for more than 2.
It was at speed.
But they were cops, so.
Yes, the vehicle drove into the officers at speed as they performed a routine patrol of the parking lot. It was a 32-year-old man was arrested and charged over the incident at 2 a.m. And one of the officers, a woman, died in the hospital a little later on. So, no senseless act of an individual who appears to have been determined to cause harm was the quote.
Yes. You mean like a terrorist act?
Right. One that's typically one that does an event, right? It's an event to cause harm. And then on New Year's Eve, you have a man was shot and killed by German police in Germany on New Year's Eve after stealing an excavator and going on a violent rampage with the vehicle. So 3 police officers, 2 male and 1 female, were injured during a wild scene in Germany, central Germany, on New Year's Eve when a 38-year-old man stole an excavator from a construction company. And the man is said to have used the vehicle to destroy the inventory at the business before driving it a few kilometers to a different town, during which he damaged several police cars and other vehicles.
Okay.
So that may just be a disgruntled employee.
Yeah, because I said the numbers.
Yes.
The numbers just don't add up.
Right. Police said
they're going for a bigger body count.
Yeah. Right, yes.
You don't Allah Akbar into just 2 cops. I mean, because they're cops, they might count as 4. But I don't know.
Oh man. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, I mean, look at it. Say what you will, but look at the guy in Nolans.
Oh yeah.
Plows into him, starts shooting at the crowd.
Well,
allegedly, there was supposed to be some.
For the record, the Cybertruck guy only got himself, so.
Yeah, well, he seems to be kind of a dope. We don't know about this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, fireworks? Seriously? He had some other stuff in there, too.
He had other stuff in it. And when the explosion happened, there was a guy standing out there with his luggage. But when the explosion happened, again, because it went up and not out, you see him just, oh, man, and run off. Off the security camera footage there.
Yeah.
So, but some people were injured. I'm sure people were like, my ears hurt. I need medical attention. And stuff like that.
Okay.
But
smoke inhalation.
Yes.
Once again, I believe the week of October 7th 2007 is when I started this show.
Oh, yes.
And began discussing the fact that Islam is completely incompatible with our Constitution, with our Bill of Rights, and with our judicial system.
Yes.
That said, you got W. Bush and the rest of them just from then on, just importing them all here along with their mosques. And to show you once again that they are incompatible, Houston Mosque, reportedly attended by this freak show who is playing around with 72 versions right now up in New Orleans, instructed its members not to speak to the FBI at all.
Oh, of course.
And referred them to the radical, again, why are they allowed to exist here in America? CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations. These guys are, again, just a bunch of radical Islamists.
Yes.
There's no such thing as peaceful Islam, folks. I keep trying to explain this to you, and nobody listens.
What's the website?
Look, what are they trying to, thereligionofpeace.com. We've had over 45,000 and change just about averages out to about 5 a day worldwide Muslim terrorist attacks.
Yes.
A lot of them are Muslim against Muslim, too. They don't even like each other.
Right. Because they're the wrong kind. Yeah. So the Jihad report from December 21st, 2024 to December 27th, 2024, there were 21 attacks, 115 killed, 58 injured, 1 suicide blast, and across 10 countries.
And but gosh, you guys at our mosque, you're real nice. Never means you're all peaceful.
Yeah, they are until they become a certain percentage of the population, and then they start getting real mouthy.
Yeah.
Look at Dearborn.
Yes.
Just saying.
Well,
as a country, our federal government failed us once again. I mean, the Muslims and communists never would be allowed to get any type of security clearance at all.
Yeah.
End of story. Again, why? Well, because communists hate the U.S. and want to change the way that we govern. Muslims, same way. They're all about Sharia. Again.
Somebody did the South Park one where it's the banker and behind the computer. It's like, let's do this. Let's not jump to conclusion. And it's a Muslim. Yeah. Also,
how dare you stereotype us? Well, how dare you allow yourself to be stereotyped?
Yeah, maybe if you stop doing these
maybe if you
things.
start blowing crap up.
Yes. We do have, did you have the breaking news of what happened outside the New York City nightclub last night?
I don't believe it's breaking at this point.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to hear it?
I like hearing it.
All right. But I was kind of, I like playing that. But
right.
first
you
show of the year, I was kind of hoping for some real breaking news here.
People may not have heard.
All right.
2025 is off to quite the start. Now we've got a mass shooting outside of a nightclub in Queens. At least 10 people were shot at a nightclub in Queens in New York City. NYPD claims that the shooting was, quote, not a terrorist attack. Therefore, you should probably think it may have been a terrorist attack.
It could have been a Venezuelan gang. You know? Hey,
exactly.
Come on, illegal aliens.
Which really
shouldn't we call them terrorist attacks
that be
too?
A terrorist
I mean, they're here illegally.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
gang members.
They're
here.
instoking terror.
They could have been
in the
local
people
gangs
who live there.
They could have been local Queens gangs.
Police are saying 3 or 4 men were walking toward the club and opened fire over 30 times at the crowd standing in line outside the venue.
It could have been somebody, rappers. It could be a rapper beef.
It could have been.
Maybe Drake was in there. We don't know.
You never know.
We don't know.
I don't know. So it was a private event at the location. It was about 11:20 last night. 6 females and 4 males ranging in age of from 16 to 20 were struck by the bullets. Why is a 16-year-old at a club like that? Come on. Why?
I can... The list is long.
Oh.
Really? I can give you all kinds of whys.
Oh, I'm sure. The shooters fled the scene. The police are now searching for a light-colored Infiniti sedan in connection with the shooting. 30 gunshots, 10, possibly a few more victims, and everyone is expected to survive, which is a good thing.
Infiniti. What year?
Don't know.
Yeah, well, and again, when I say... I don't say lightly that I think our government was involved in some of this crap, but when you've got this just disgusting, just imbecilic, rather, DEI hire telling us that it was not a terrorist attack, as they had a jacket hanging over the Islamic flag that was on the back of the truck.
But then they have the picture of them taking the picture of it on the ground. It's like, I'm pretty sure that was an ISIS flag.
They were not a terrorist attack.
Sorry.
It was
Again,
an event.
So why does the FBI choose to lie about it?
Yeah.
Again.
Because that's what our training manuals tell us now. We can't say anything about Muslims at all. We're supposed to just love them and embrace them. And when they pull a terrorist attack, we're supposed to say, gosh, we don't know why he did it.
We just got to hug them more. We got to hug them more.
We don't know why Ishtar did it.
Here's a quick secret about today's show. They're making toast down the hall. Ever notice toasters are like the radio? You turn them on and they work. No pesky upgrades needed. Sometimes you have to shake out the crumbs. And that goes for the toaster too. That wonderful smell of toast. Oh, enjoy the show.
We'll be right back with Charlotte County Speaks on News Radio 1580 WCCF.
I took social media off my phone. I don't, it's too much. Like you walk around and just look at it all day. Facebook, they did a good job. It's a real good company. And Facebook's just too much. It's either everybody's best or worst days of their life. Like you're either like, I'm getting married or my house is on fire. No one's like, today's normal. Nothing happened. I have no strong opinions about anything. My wife gets mad because she was like, you don't like any of my photos on Facebook. And it's like, is this not enough? Like us just being married and living together? And it's like, how much? And I did like it. When we took it, I said, I like that photo. Like I told you that. I'm in the photo. There's not much more than I can do in this photo's life.
Yes, I'll get to my Josh Groban fact. But on this day in 2009, according to the official U.S. sales figures, AC/DC were the biggest sellers of 2008, with over 3.4 million sales to promote the group's latest rock album, Black Ice. Columbia Records created Rock Again AC/DC stores, as well as Black Ice trucks, which were dispatched on the streets of New York and L.A., playing AC/DC music aloud and making various stops each day to sell merchandise. And America had to do that and get the rock back in their bones, because the year prior, in January of 2008, Josh Groban was America's top-selling artist of 2007, the 26-year-old at the time whose hit included You Raise Me Up, had the best-selling album of the year with the Christmas compilation Noel. Okay. Which sold close to 3.7 million copies.
I remember that.
The second biggest seller was the soundtrack to Disney's High School Musical 2. The Eagles were 2007's biggest selling group with sales of 3.58 million albums.
Okay.
So that was a little better.
Wow.
So there you go.
Yeah,
Josh Gwobin.
AC/DC, I gave up on after. I still like them, but
Yeah.
I kind of gave up on them after Back in Black.
I could sing that, right?
Huh?
I could sing that, right?
There's some that you could. The early stuff, I'm telling you, the early
Yeah.
stuff with Bon Scott was just lyrically, it was fun, it was better.
Yes.
It wasn't as repetitive as the later stuff.
Right.
Just saying. Just throwing that out there. 206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. And then, why would you want to go to Mexico?
Why?
Why would you want to visit Mexico
Why would you
when
want
you
to
hear
visit
of all
Mexico?
the Americans attacked while visiting Mexico? 2 dead, several injured. You know, what the heck?
Ugh.
From the, come on, open up. From the Gateway Pundit, 3 people are dead, including 2 Americans from Chicago in an attack that took place in Mexico Friday. Vicente Pina Rodriguez and Antonio Fernandez Rodriguez are both American and were killed, as was a local resident, Jorge Eduardo Vargas Aguirre of Durango, Mexico. The Durango Attorney General Office said, according to ABC, Rodriguez's teenage son, whose name was not given, was wounded and listed in critical condition. The trip began as a birthday celebration for the 14-year-old. Teenager was put in a medically induced coma. Family members said they want the teen transferred to the U.S., but Mexican doctors say he's too fragile. It was a massacre. His son was shot 4 times in the head and once in the shoulder, and the other boy was also shot 4 times. It was near the town of Las Palmas. Don't know why, other than the group was traveling in an SUV with Illinois plates when it was attacked. Could have been a cartel attack.
Yep.
Thinking they were somebody else.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know. You don't know. Sorry, but what's her name? The president of Mexico now? I forget what her name is.
Yeah.
She needs to get off her dead butt and start making Mexico great again, because this cartel crap and all this stuff you're shipping us from South America, we're about sick of you guys.
Yeah.
Just letting you know that.
I'll tell you this story, though. This is interesting here. A Texas teen, a cute little girl here, accused of poisoning a rival's show goat. Why you got to do that?
Well, we're going to kick her out of the Future Farmers of America, I'll tell you that right now. She's on suspension right now. We're going to have a meeting at the end of the week.
Just you wait. Aubrey Van Landingham. There's a name for you.
What?
Yeah, Van Landingham.
Oh, of the Texas Van Landinghams?
Yes.
Oh.
Of those Van Landinghams. Was charged with animal cruelty after reportedly confessing to force-feeding pesticide to a goat. Believe it or not, Aubrey is the president of Vista Ridge High's Future Farmers of America program.
Like I said, we're having a meeting. We're kicking her ass out.
And this was her second attempt.
Spoiled little brat.
At killing the rival goat.
Old rich daddy thinking he can just come in here and make her president of the Future Farmers of America. And then she out there. And then because of the election, she going to go poison another goat? Screw that. We're having a meeting.
Aubrey is also a cheerleader. She used a pesticide.
Was a cheerleader. The coach had the chance to kick her off.
She used the pesticide, and apparently the first time she tried it a few days earlier, she didn't give the goat enough. The girl told Cedar Park police she injected the pesticide in the mouth of the goat in October because the 15-year-old student taking care of the goat, quote, was a cheater, the affidavit said. It said the girl told police she, quote, does not like cheaters. And as the article says here, I'll tell you what else is considered cheating. Killing a rival's goat.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
That's not cheating.
So the security cameras caught Aubrey in the act, and the Texas Future Farmers of America Association issued a statement that said, quote, its members are encouraged to demonstrate ethical behavior in all activities from competitions to community service.
We had the
and
FFA in here.
Do not condone any behavior that
we had the
compromises.
FFA in here, I think it was last month, the month before. These guys are great kids. They're smart. They're teaching them good stuff. What the hell happened to her?
Well, obviously
bad
she knew how to
parents.
use chemicals.
She's got bad parenting.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
That's one of them black widows before, the early years.
Yeah, exactly.
When they say, we just don't know why she killed her husband, there were signs.
The FBI meets with her in jail.
Yeah.
Hey, we like your style.
Have you considered jihad?
206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. What was her name again?
Aubrey Vanderslam. I
Aubrey.
already got rid of it.
Aubrey. David Gates and Brett are turning in their graves right now.
Yes.
And Aubrey was her name, and not so very ordinary.
Not so very
Not so very ordinary at all.
No.
Not an ordinary girl.
She's in a straitjacket.
No, yeah, we're going to be giving her shots.
You can only visit on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580.
There you go.
1580. Wow.
Yep.
Huh. Hey, global warming is a scam.
Yes.
This from, what's his name? Alex Newman. He's a journalist. But very succinctly, in minute 30 here, lays it out here for us.
A lot of this environmental question depends on, I think, a very flawed fundamental presupposition. It depends on the idea that carbon dioxide is pollution. And I would argue, after interviewing hundreds of scientists, including many who've worked for the UN IPCC, many of the leading scientists in the world, that the notion that CO2 is pollution is absolutely preposterous. We exhale about 2 pounds of it every single day. The proportion of greenhouse gases made up of human CO2 emissions is a fraction of 1%. The idea that is going to destroy the planet or change the temperature of the earth is, frankly, in my opinion, totally ludicrous. But from a totalitarian perspective, if you can convince people that CO2 is pollution, there's no human activity that doesn't result in CO2 emissions, including living, including dying, turning on a light switch. Every single aspect of your life, then, if we submit to the idea that CO2 is pollution, then comes under the regulatory control of the people who claim to be saving us from pollution. So when they do these environmental studies and they say, well, your CO2 footprint will be smaller if you eat bugs or you do this, that, or the other, you drive an electric car, that doesn't show anything about whether that's going to benefit the environment or not. In fact, CO2 has actually been very beneficial for the environment. In interviewing Trump's climate advisor, Dr. William Happer, a physics professor at Princeton University, he said the Earth is starving for more CO2. And since we've had a little bit of an increase in atmospheric CO2 over the last 100 years or so, plants have gotten much greener, agricultural yields have improved. So I think we need to also talk about the fundamental presupposition here. Is CO2 really pollution? If it's not, then all these alleged environmental benefits are completely fictional.
Thank you, Mr. Newman. What he said.
Exactly.
So what else we got? Sugar Bowl's being delayed.
Yeah, it already
Because
was.
of that.
Now I think they want to delay it
Delayed
again.
again, yes. Well,
There was a New Year's Eve chaos in Brussels with 159 arrests as police attacked and dozens of cars set on fire.
well, that's the EU's own fault.
Hell yeah.
Again, when you allow the unfettered migration of people who have no business being in your country,
Yeah.
poo-poo will occur.
Literally.
And with that, we head off to a fake news radio update. We'll be back after that.
WCCF Punta Gorda.
In America, you have a right to be stupid.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber.
You are literally too stupid to insult.
Dumb. It's not dumb. It's just dumb. Why is it dumb? I don't know.
Idiot! From the radio station that just added We Saw Your Boobs to our playlist. Here's the morning show that's still recovering from the news that they won't be on Dancing with the Stars. The morning show that firmly believes a drone strike is a group of unionized robots who refuse to work.
You two are just dumber than a bag of hammers.
this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
This is Charlotte County Speaks, your chance to let your voice be heard on local, state, and national issues. And now, broadcasting live from a dumpy little warehouse behind a Taco Bell, the host of Charlotte County Speaks, Ken Lovejoy.
Thank you, Johnny. News Radio 1580, 100.9 FM, WCCFradio.com. Charlotte County Speaks on the air. 10:08 is the time. Phone lines are open for you. 941-206-1580. Toll free, 888-441-1580. You can email us. The address, ccspeaks@live.com. Missed a show? Head to our homepage, WCCFradio.com. Scroll down to the podcast section. We're all there. The Dana, the Jesse Kelly, the Clay, the Buck, the Gordon Deal, and me. Mike Imbasciani along for the first show of the year.
Good morning.
And the last show of the week.
Yes. That's why everybody still took today off.
I know.
They're like,
I know. I don't know why the hell I didn't
Thursday?
just wait and come back on the 6th. But what are you going to do? I know I'm here so that I could enjoy an hour with my friend. It's Mike Marino, your headliner this week of A Sawney in a Comedy Zone. Had a great New Year's Eve with you.
Thank you much, man. It was a great time.
We had
great
fun.
time.
We had fun. Jay Davis with us as well. He's the feature. Jay,
Yeah,
thanks.
it was a really nice time.
But Mike, thanks for coming in. Thanks for getting up
Absolutely.
early and coming in here.
I couldn't wait to come here. I had so much fun coming on your show. And, of course, I get to mix and mingle with your fellow entertainers and friends and get to perform with you.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you want to discuss and regurgitate about New Year's Eve, but that was kind of crazy now, wasn't it?
Man, and needlessly so, really. I don't understand. And who was it again? As now, I've been saying this for a while, and I usually try and confirm it with most comedians when they come through town. But who loses it in the crowd the most?
Women.
The women. And that was the case New Year's Eve. You had I guess, I don't know what they were celebrating other than her menopause.
Yes.
She was going, serious. No, she brought her own table fan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Battery-powered, remote-controlled table fan because
Just so all night
and
there's
when he
that
asked
low,
him, all they were doing was just screaming, "Mayport sucks!" Okay. And then they just started talking, and they wouldn't shut up. And Eric was walking over. He was going to hammer him, but he looked like you were saying to him, like, "No, I got this. I got this."
Well, what was really going on is, of course, you get 9 girls.
Oh, God.
They're going to be disruptive.
Hammered.
And by the time they get to the end of the show, yes, they're hammered. They're wasted, and they're miserable for whatever reason. The girl brought a fan. I've never seen that in 32 years of doing a stand-up routines. This
And it
girl
was a
had
big fan. It was like this big.
Yeah.
It was a Frisbee-sized fan.
Again, so just all night you're getting that low hum of.
Yeah.
So there's never any dead air, at least.
Well, luckily, it was a good prop for you for a
the
while.
wrong kind of hum.
Yeah.
But it was
Initially,
definitely-
it was a fun prop because they were kind of playing along and you
Yes.
had fun with it, but then it
a
took an ugly turn.
battery-operated fan, she said, because she's going through menopause and she needed the wind. But then she passed it around to her friends. That's when I decided, well, maybe I should go into it and play with the fan. So they were very, very playful. But it wasn't towards the end that I heard the one girl say, "I can't believe how much money I just spent for bread." I heard that. And I'm like, these girls are miserable. They're looking for a guy.
Like $4.
Yeah. They're looking
And it's
for
a
a
good
guy.
bread. And you
it
get a
is.
sauce
Very
to dip it in.
To pay it. But it was the girl in the front row who lost her mind out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's what really threw me.
Yeah, that threw me off too because she was nice at the beginning and she was nice and then all of a sudden, from standing in the back, it seemed to me like she thought that you were picking on that girl over there.
Right.
She wound up getting hammered up in the front row, and then she thinks you're picking on the girl. That's why she got mad at you. And I'm like, what's going on here? It's spreading.
Yeah.
It's spreading to the women. It's like a virus.
But toxic masculinity is the problem.
Yeah, well, yes.
I was doing my best, but I looked at the clock. And I'm like, you know what? It's 11:45. Let me just bail.
I'm out. Yeah.
And then when Eric's like, you got to keep going. I'm like, you know what? All right, I'll rehearse some new jokes. I actually reached into my pocket and took out a paper. I'm like, okay, what about this one? And it
was
worked.
perfect. That was perfect. That was a perfect end. It was a perfect ending. But damn, yeah, they really, it was Killing. Hey.
Hey, lady.
Now, there was an early show, too, right? Were there two
Yeah,
shows?
that was the first show, packed out.
Yeah.
And the crowd was a little tight, but they were good. You had fun.
An early crowd at a showroom like that is eating unbelievable food. Let's be honest. Their food is delicious. So if I was
Prime
sitting in the
rib
room,
on New Year's.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, if I was sitting in an audience like that and there was a show going on, I'd go after the food first. So when we're on stage and we're entertaining, that's the difficulty. People could be laughing. They're just that's a good joke.
Good one. Yeah.
That's a good joke. Pass the steak. Pass the steak.
Yeah.
More bread, please. Oh, $6 more. You know, it's funny. The only fan I had in the room was her fan. That's what happened to the feature act. You're like, oh, you were pretty funny, too. Oh, here's your fan. The one that's blowing on the menopause lady. Yeah. I got a picture with that fan, so
this is me and my biggest
be up on
fan.
my website. Yeah.
That really is a fan. Yeah, it's the Walmart special.
Those aren't the kind of fans comedians are looking for.
But otherwise, a very fun night.
I had fun.
I had fun.
And by the time it was all said and done and you came up on stage, I'm like, okay, we did it.
Yeah.
Because if you looked at the faces of the girls, they were all happy.
Yeah.
In a way, they're looking at us like, oh, this was fantastic. And I'm in my head going, no, actually, it would have been a lot better if you shut up. But nobody complained at all. Everybody was actually happy.
I had 4 or 5 people come by and say, oh, we had the best time. And I'm like, okay. Awesome.
Right, don't you love that? Don't you love that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, there was a lot of nice people, really. The one guy tipped you even and gave you a tip.
Oh, well, that was on the first show.
Oh, really?
Some guy gave us a couple
Nice.
$100 and he goes, here, give this to Jay. And I'm like, no,
really
he's
nice.
not going to know.
Wow.
But you did.
Damn,
Of course I did.
I knew I should have worked the first show.
I bought some bread with that.
Yeah, that tip was.
I want one of all of the sauces.
Yeah, more bread, please.
Give me 6 dips with this. It's a $100 bill.
All right, we got to take our first break. We'll be right back with more on News Radio 1580.
Coming up, America's hottest new curse word, Kleeman. We'll tell you what it means after this.
We'll be right back with Charlotte County Speaks on News Radio 1580 WCCF.
How politicians launder money. It was a great film, American Hustle, Christian Bale and Amy Adams, and it was Camden, New Jersey, and it was an FBI sting, and $50,000 in cash that transferred, and they had all sorts of things going on. Man, they were small potatoes. See, politicians got real smart when it comes to laundering money to themselves. One way of doing it is speeches. Yeah, you do all sorts of favors for various different companies, financial firms. When you're in office, they will pay you, ungodly sums of money to give a speech that nobody cares about for an ungodly sum of money. It's a kickback. Another way is books. Kamala Harris just got a $20 million book deal. $20 million. Not as big as Barack Obama's. Barack Obama got a $65 million book deal. But you know what? He also gave that publisher a $350 million deal to create the Common Core curriculum. WatchDogOnWallStreet.com.
Well, here I sit a high, getting ideas. Ain't nothing but a fool to live like this. Out all night, running wild. Woman sitting home with a month-old child. Dang me, they ought to take a rope and hang me high from the highest tree. Woman, would you weep for me? One more. Just sitting around drinking with the rest of the guys. 6 rounds bought and I bought 5. Spent the groceries and half the rent, like $14, having 27 cents. So dang me, they ought to take a rope and hang me
from the highest tree. Woman, won't you wait for me?
One more. They say a rose is a
News Radio 1580, 100.9 FM, WCCFradio.com, and what, Instagram?
Yeah.
We're on Instagram?
Yeah.
Hi, Instagram. We're live.
Mike Marino live
Mike
on
Marino's
Instagram.
live on Instagram.
There you go.
That's why his mic is potted down right now, and you just hear his muffled voice in the background.
He's talking to those people.
Phone lines open 941-206-1580. Toll free 888-441-1580 with the late great Roger Miller.
Yes, and on this day in 1936, Roger Miller was born. Happy birthday, singer, guitarist, and TV star.
He's still around?
Had the U.S. number 4 single, "King of the Road." I think he passed away.
I thought he
see.
did.
I believe
I
so.
could. Well, he did.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, he died in 1992.
Wikipedia. 92.
Yeah, and what was funny, when I did my big drive out west, we stopped in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and at the bar attached to the hotel we were staying at, there was a little duo playing, and I was listening to a bunch of Roger Miller driving out west, and the duo sang that song, "Dang Me There," and on the break I was talking to him, I was like, I've never heard anybody actually sing this song live, and he said, well, Roger retired here and was hanging out in a bunch of the bars, and he said he would write all these song ideas down on napkins, think they were junk, and just throw them in the garbage. And all these other musicians would always just watch him do that, like eyes wide and everything.
Wait.
He would leave the bar, and then they'd all dig into the garbage and pull all the lyrics out. But he said he was a very nice guy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good.
I always wondered what it would be like to write a song. I can't write a song. I could write jokes.
You and
could
me
never
both,
write
buddy.
a song. I would think you write your own songs.
I have a couple originals, but they're older now, so I don't mess around with that too much.
He should. He hasn't had his heart broken enough. He hasn't smoked enough Marlboros and drank enough whiskey. Got to be a true blues man.
He said it. You got to get your heart broken 1,000,000 times to write a classic.
Right.
206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. So other than filming, podcasting and stuff like that, which you've been doing a lot of podcasts lately.
Yes.
I still haven't gotten my
Your little
invite for the
from your
Mama's
mom's
basement.
From your mom's basement.
Thank you, guys. I feel so honored that you just actually asked me that question, so we should actually do that. My podcast, Live from My Mother's Basement, luckily for us and everybody, and my buddy Jay over here, is kicking serious ass. We got millions of people watching the show.
Good.
And we're going to start this new year off with the whole campaign of Live from My Mother's Basement. In fact, I'm going to change the name of my tour from Make America Italian Again to Out of My Mother's Basement.
There you
Is that
go.
good?
Yeah.
Is that good?
We like that.
Out of my mother's basement into your house.
That's cool. That's cool. What? And how is your mom?
Wow, my mother passed
Oh,
maybe
I'm sorry.
15 years ago. And
But you still have the house?
I still own the house that I grew up in, and we filmed the show.
That's awesome.
It is kind of cool.
That
you know,
is-
it's like a
I would
major...
love that. I drive by it. I take pictures of it and send it to the family.
Is that
you
right?
know, whenever I get home. But yeah, no, I don't know who lives there. It's changed hands several times.
Did you ever go knock on the door and say, hey, can I come in? I want to see where it was like when I was a
No,
kid.
because I would never want someone to do that to me because I wouldn't let them in.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, too late.
I never thought of that. What if somebody knocked on my door and say, 100 years ago, I used to live here? I'm like, how are you still alive?
I mean, because it's when I look at the house and I go by it now, it's so much smaller than I remember as a kid.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to be, because you don't know who lives there now.
I agree with you.
Could be a rental, some skeevy crackhead living there now.
Isn't it something that you go to places when you were younger and go, I thought it was a lot bigger?
Yeah.
Because you were little.
You were little.
Right.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
Perception.
A lot has changed in the neighborhood that I grew up in. I mean, Shadle Park High School is still there, but they've completely redone the high school. The first pool that I started competitive swimming, indoor and outdoor pool, those are gone.
Yeah, that always makes me
Got
laugh
rid of
too.
those.
You see you see it in movies mainly, but the high school reunion people, they go back to the school and they go, "Oh, it's just like I remember." It's like, no, it's not. They've updated for school shooters now. They have bigger fences.
Yes.
No
more lockers. No more lockers. You got to wear the clear backpacks.
It's a prison. It's different.
It is. It is. And best high school reunion movie.
Ooh.
Grosse Point Blank.
Haven't seen that.
It's called what?
Gross Point Blank.
Gross Point Blank?
Yeah, it was. Well, it's about a government hitman who went to Gross Point High. It's outside. It's in Chicago, I guess. I believe it is. And so he goes home for his high school reunion, and Dan Aykroyd is trying to get him back in. He wants to quit, and he won't quit, so they're trying to kill him.
Oh wow. I never saw that movie.
Hilarious movie. It's a great movie.
I thought you were going to say Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield.
Well, that's not a reunion.
No.
It's just a high school reunion. That's a great movie, though. Hi, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Ken. How you doing? How'd you have the holidays? Okay?
Happy holidays. Yeah, everything was great. How about you?
Yeah, we had a pretty good one. But anyways, I was just going to get your opinion on what do you think Mike Johnson's chances are of being Speaker of the House?
He's going to be Speaker of the House.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let the lamestream media, little Chipper Roy, who's that other idiot, Wood, and Massey, Tom Massey. Don't let these three anti-Trump freak shows try and hamstring Trump because there's nobody good enough. Nobody better than Johnson. We're not going to get anybody better than Johnson.
And that's
right
the sad
now.
thing.
That's it. It's the way it goes.
As it is.
Just the way it is. So learn it, love it, live it.
Johnson's cut out of the same cloth with with Kevin McCarthy and all
yeah.
and Paul Ryan
Who's gonna?
and all these other ones.
Okay, well,
we need
who are you going to get?
He just signed off on all of the stuff that Democrats wanted.
Think with your head and not with your heart. Think strategically. Who the hell are they going to vote for?
Yeah, but we've been playing this game for the last 4
who are you
or
gonna
5
get?
Speakers of the House.
Who are you going to
Nobody
get?
wants to be
Tell
Speakers
me.
of the House.
Tell me. Who are you going to get that's good, that's MAGA, that's going to be able to get the votes? Who is it?
Well, they ain't going to get the vote, but I'd put
see,
Matt
that's
Gaetz
the point.
in there as
He ain't going to
Speaker
get the
of House
vote.
or Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, but they're not going to get the votes. That's it. You know,
They
so
ain't
trying
gonna get the vote. You're absolutely right.
They're trying to hamstring Trump with somebody by trying to vacate the speaker and throw somebody. Maybe they feel. Maybe the establishment feels that Mike is starting to turn towards Trump and is going to help him get the stuff done. So they're trying to vacate it so they can stick some other freak show who isn't MAGA at all, who's going to be just another McCarthy or another Mike Johnson.
For fairness,
Who
it
knows?
should be Hakeem Jeffries.
Yes, right. Yeah, so just let it ride, let it play out, and just if Trump endorsed him, then Trump endorsed him. That's good enough for me.
The only other hope that we have is if Mike Johnson does the same thing when he signed that $1 trillion bill and all that other stuff, and the damn Congress is voting themselves a pay raise.
Yeah,
everybody's talking. Okay, give him one more chance.
It's not give him one more chance. We don't have any choice.
Then they can bring up the vote to vacate.
We don't have any choice. We're stuck with him right now. All right, that's just the way it is.
You're right.
Appreciate the call. Hi, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, it brought back very happy memories when you mentioned high school. I hated it so much.
There we go.
That when I
Good segue.
they threw me out of high school after the end of 3 years and said, "Don't come back," and they gave me a diploma. Yeah,
You beat the system.
Did you go back to any of your reunions?
I got thrown out with the diploma.
Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine fix up a phony obituary, one of a kind, and I submitted it, and I haven't had no notices of class reunions in umpteen years. I graduated in 81.
Boy, you really didn't like high school, man. If you send your obituary back to the graduating class.
Imagine running into an old classmate, though. That would freak him out.
I read you were dead.
Well,
How'd you make a comeback?
I was class president. I was a pothead, a burnout,
That I believe.
a drunk, and a jock.
I think the class
When I was in
president
high
was
school.
responsible for organizing the reunions.
I'm pretty sure. They probably haven't. They've never had one. There's never been a reunion.
No one got to go. They thought you were dead.
He didn't even invite himself.
Well, thank you for the call. Happy New Year. I was going to say Merry Christmas.
Yes.
You know, listening to that whole thing about Speaker of the House,
Why? The Speaker of the House doesn't have to be an elected member of Congress. He can be somebody from outside.
Really?
We could, ladies and gentlemen, theoretically,
hypothetically,
get Mike Marino as Speaker of the House,
How
and
great
I
would
think
that be?
that would be awesome.
I would love to be
out of his
Speaker
mama's basement.
We could bring yes.
Out of
we
the
could
I
basement.
make
come out on television. I'm like, "Hi, I'm the Speaker of the House, and today I want to let you know that we're not going to talk about anything. All right, we'll be right back after this commercial break."
Well, they do that anyway. They do that. They take days off.
I'm the Speaker of the House. We get a rap song out of it.
Yeah, right.
You'd be better at FBI because then all you'd have to say is no comment about an ongoing investigation.
There's an investigation about the investigation, all right? Any other questions?
We got a guy looking into it.
Yeah. Or it's always, we're investigating that.
We're going to take a look at
We're going
what's
to take
going
a
on.
look at that. We'll get back to you. 206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. What's been your, as a comedian, I mean, some shows can get pretty wild. What's been your wildest show experience?
This past New Year's Eve.
Really? That's been...
No, sometimes you never know what's going to happen. And most of the time you get heckled, you're actually being heckled in joy. These people are having a good time.
Yeah.
They just want to be part of what's going on. So
Yeah.
you can't really rifle into them unless they say something really, really nasty. But sometimes
you were holding back Friday.
Well, you got to hold back. It's
Hold
New Year's
back,
Eve. They paid a lot of money. Let them have their
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
The one girl in the front did shock me. And the girls with the fan, I understood that. I saw that coming. But the girl in the front row, she just started talking out of nowhere.
Yeah.
She was embarrassing the crap out of her husband. He's looking at me like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, well,
See,
handle your
it's a
business."
virus. It's a virus. It's,
And poor Eric.
have
he
all
didn't know
those
Now
what
they're
to
all on the same cycle.
yeah.
Sometimes on cruise ships, you could be entertaining, and they were in these theaters where there's 1,000 people, and of course they've been drinking.
Oh, they
So
got
if
the
you do
drink
that-
package, yeah.
Yeah, they get the drink package. It's the midnight show. You
Yeah.
never know what's going to happen, and people just want to have some fun, But one time I was on a ship, and I'm in the middle of a joke, and I said something like this, that, and the other thing, and the girl flashed her boobs.
Well, that's
Now,
not
this
really
is-
a heckle. That's a party favor, really.
That's a show changer.
But when she did that, it's not like I was the only one that saw. Everybody saw. So the control went out of control. There's nothing you could do.
Yeah.
And I just said, okay, new show. Come on up on stage. All right, guys, get out your money.
We're going to take a vote.
So,
Wow.
But other than that, everything seems to be great.
Now, Jay, you've been doing this a while.
Yeah, a long time. Been running shows out in Los Angeles. I produce and host a lot of great comedy shows out there.
How has
And,
that been going as far as putting those shows together?
It's been fantastic. Like over the years, because I've been doing it, consistently every week for 26 years. I've known a lot of these comedians and developed great relationships. In fact, my last show of the year was with Nikki Glazer and Tiffany Haddish. Same
Awesome.
show.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Everybody, Nikki Glazer slayed at the Brady roast, just slayed. Everybody's talking about that until New Year's Eve. Did you see Whitney Cummings on CNN?
Oh no, I missed it. I missed that.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, I played it in the 9 o'clock hour at the beginning, but just hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Well,
I mean, she killed. She's on CNN.
Live.
That's amazing.
On CNN
Yeah.
Live.
I'm gonna go home and watch that. on
And
YouTube.
yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on
Yeah,
YouTube.
well, Nikki's she's preparing to host the Golden Globes, so she was
Oh,
working
good.
on all those new jokes, and I know she's going to kill. it.
She's got
really
yeah.
great.
She is the type that's going to be. It's probably going to be close. She's probably going to want to get it as close to Ricky Gervais as she can get.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Without being Ricky Gervais.
yeah, she's definitely going at everybody. I watch her jokes, and they're
Yeah.
very funny.
Yeah, she is. She's great.
I think she's going to do a great job, and she's doing it in a respectful way where
Yeah.
I think that everyone should laugh. It'll be, but especially those at home will get a kick out of it. I love it when the crowd of actors and famous people don't get it, but we do at home. That's why I love the Ricky Gervais. That guy
Yeah.
killed it.
It was
so
hilarious. Yeah, that was like. That'll go down. He immortalized himself with that.
Funny. Oh, I
particular
loved
one.
it. I thought it was brilliant.
I
And
love
you
Ricky
too.
Gervais. Ricky Gervais is the best.
And you too. You've been immortalized.
Have I?
Yes.
I'm immortalized.
Yes.
I would love to host the Golden
That-
Globes. Could you imagine me coming out there? Listen, if anybody comes up on this stage and takes a cheap shot at me, you're going down.
No, but you've been
That was the
immortalized. You're in that Folgers commercial. It's gonna last for it'll be out there forever.
I'm really lucky. I got a lot of different things that are immortalizing me. Hopefully someday I'll be the president of the United States. I'm going to run again. 16 years I've been running.
It's going to be he's the Pat Paulson of. Remember Pat Paulson?
Sure, of course. Yeah.
Guy ran for president. He was a comedian. Yeah, I saw him. He made famous on what? Rowan and Martin's Laughing.
Was it that long ago?
I think it was. That's
Rowan
where.
and
That's where I
Martin's
kind of remember
Laughing.
it.
You remember that?
When I was a kid, yeah. That was like
was gonna
68, first grade.
I was going to say Marianne Williamson.
Wow.
No, but he's a comedian, and he would always run for president up until he died. He was like who was that other guy? Lyndon LaRouche, the libertarian, would always run until he died every time. Never won, never got any votes.
But he
Who
collected
knows?
the money.
Mikey would get more votes. He would
There
get
you
more
go.
votes, I believe, Mike.
Well, actually, just for fun and giggles, I put myself on the ballot. It was actually $3,500 to do it. And you could really vote for me. They have my name in the thing and everything. And I would tell people, vote for me 2-3 times, help me out. Now, I didn't raise any money for my campaign, but it would have been funny
Federal
if I did.
Elections Commission isn't going to be investigating you.
Yeah. Nobody investigated me or nothing.
On the vice president pick underneath, was it MikeMarino.com?
Pick your own vice president. Let us know. Who's your running mate? Well,
206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. You guys into the EVs? Have you rented one?
A what?
EV, electric
Turo?
vehicle?
No.
Like a
no.
Tesla or anything like that when you're out doing your travels? No?
No, I they're starting to rent these now, and
Yeah.
I accidentally got one. I'm like, I don't even know how to use this thing. I want gas. I don't want to have to worry about charging an EV vehicle right now. So no, please give me. And I had to fight to get a car that ran on gas.
Right.
So,
Well, that's
yeah.
how they tracked the guy, to the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. They tracked him through Colorado because he stopped at the charging stations to charge it.
Well, see, again, it's kind of weird that they all know so, and it's always like, hey, we missed him by that much.
Yeah.
Right there,
He was
almost on
driving
that
up
train.
and down the main drag of Las Vegas and then went right to the hotel, but we had no idea.
I don't like an electric car. I want gas. I want my engine loud. I want people knowing I'm showing up.
Right.
Here he comes.
Well, you can turn on the switch and the car will emit a noise.
Yes.
Beep, beep. Yeah, well, he has the noise where they do the Jetson vehicle.
Really?
Have you seen that?
No,
little
that's cool.
That's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Where'd you
can
get that?
You can get that on the
Teslas.
On the Tesla.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, and do you remember it was one
Because
of the first...
people were getting hit because you don't hear
Yeah.
the
You
car.
don't hear it coming.
So you
Yeah.
can program it to make a sound like of an engine or something. And
That's
somebody had
One of the first
That is hilarious.
little mods that Elon did to the Tesla was as long as you're stopped and in an open enough area, you can make the car dance. Remember that?
No,
you put the
I
radio,
missed that
you
one.
hit some button in there, and it plays the song loud, and then the doors open and close, the hood or the the trunk's going.
Yeah, let's
up
just
and
wear
down.
that battery down.
Oh, yeah.
We're burning charge here.
Oh yeah.
Well, Ford just recalled another hybrids. These are hybrids, though. 20,000 hybrids over battery concerns. Elon had just a recall of a couple 100,000
Cybertruck.
Cybertrucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But I think, I don't know. He's trying to claim that did you see how the Cybertruck withheld the impact of the blast and shot it upward through the roof?
Right.
Well, yeah, but it didn't look like it was going off the way that the guy intended it to go off, because all I heard was a bunch of fireworks going off, bottle rockets.
There was
and
the initial explosion itself.
There was? I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Yeah. Yeah, there was an initial boom that went upwards.
Yeah, but
and
again,
not just out.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the most unattractive vehicle, though.
It really
It
is.
is.
Ugly.
I saw
It
there
really
was one.
was a
There was one at
dumpster fire.
Walmart. There was one at Walmart the other day. I'm walking around looking at it, and I'm like, no, I
It's like a silver box.
Yeah.
Well, you heard about the raccoons that were trying to break into one because they did think it was a dumpster.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Is that a joke or no?
No, it's a true
Imagine
story.
that.
Yeah.
Well, they must have smelled something in it. Too.
Maybe.
Have you guys seen the new? I don't even know if this is real, but it came across on my YouTube. The new Chevy Chevelle. They're going total vintage. Is that real or is that a fake? Because it looked. I don't even know if it's real, but if it is badass. The 2025 Chevy Chevelle, but I don't know if it's real. You
I
never
don't
know what's
either.
real anymore. Did you?
I know. I was on Facebook yesterday, and I bring up what I thought initially was going to be
real.
the new Camaro, and it's a new Torino, Ford Torino for concept for 2025, and I'm like, that looks like a Camaro.
That does.
It's
look
got
good,
3
that Chevelle.
round lights. It looks like a '68 Camaro.
I mean, wait. Did you show Ken? It's awesome. If this is real, like I would have one of these. They went vintage with it, even on the inside. It looks like a vintage car, but it's all brand new. It's beautiful.
Cool.
It's so cool.
Hi, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning. Happy New Year. My guess is that guy that blew himself up in Las Vegas was a liberal communist Democrat, and that was a slam at Elon, and tried to make a slam at the president too.
Well, he obviously wasn't MAGA.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, who knows what it was? I just think that the whole thing reeks of our own federal government's involvements and facilitation of both of these acts. That's my opinion.
Oh yeah, and then with
Prove
the
me
Muslims,
wrong. I'd love you to,
I
please.
say Muslim with an O because they hate it. Not Muslim, I say Muslim. It's an alternate spelling that they absolutely hate, so I don't give them their Muslim nonsense.
Okay. All right, buddy. Thanks for the call. 206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. How was it growing up in New Jersey?
I'll tell you right now, growing up in New Jersey, I would never trade for anything.
Yeah.
'Cause we got the Jersey Shore. You got 3
You were
months to have
close?
some
You were
fun.
close to the shore?
Close enough to drive from North Jersey to the Jersey Shore on the Garden State Parkway in a nice 1986 IROC.
Ooh.
Talk about being a Guido.
Nice Camaro.
Yes.
Yeah, you had to have that.
A lot of people
Black
were riding,
with the gold trim?
No, I didn't have black. I had a white one with maroon interior.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
The maroon
Nice.
interior matched my little jalapeno
tracksuit?
Italian pepper. My tracksuit.
How did you fit your surfboard in that car?
You stuck it through the T-tops, baby. Stuck it through the T-tops. Oh, what a great car. How loud it was. Let people know you were coming. They came out with tune port injection, rack and pinion steering. It was like the greatest car.
Oh, the IROC Z. Yeah, Z28. That's what you wanted, man.
If I
That's
could
bad.
find one like that now, just remodeled, I'd go get
They're
it.
out there.
I'd
They're
get
out
it.
there.
Craigslist around here, I'm sure
Yeah.
somebody's got one.
I got a guy you can call who can find you one.
You got a guy?
Probably within an hour.
Right now,
It might not be here in Florida.
Yeah.
Right now on my Instagram, there's a guy writing in talking about classic cars. And he has a show called Giuseppe's Garage. He's 13 years old.
I've seen
Have
little
you
clips
seen
of
it?
that kid. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And I thought it was just like the first one I'm thinking is like, oh, his dad coached him and then they filmed it. No, this kid knows. And he's all about it.
His family does do these videos. They got a massive following. It's called Giuseppe's Garage. And when I was driving here to Florida a couple of days ago from New Jersey in Daytona, there's this huge sign on the roadway said Giuseppe's Garage. I almost crashed. And I pulled over, took some pictures of it. And then, funny enough, a cop car pulled behind me, and he just sat behind me while I was
wondering
taking the
what the
pictures.
heck you're doing.
I
yeah.
guess, because he didn't come over to my car. So then when I was ready to leave, I waved, and I took off, and he didn't come and get me. Nothing.
He saw the Jersey plate, wanted to make sure you weren't flying any drones.
Yeah.
That's true. I do have Jersey plates. I forgot.
Yeah.
He probably said to himself, yeah, I better let him go.
He's got a machete.
With a nice sheath.
206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. You doing more shows this year than last year?
2025, yeah.
You back on the ships again, or are you sick of that?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I got a deal with the Royal Caribbean to do a ship every month, and they allowed me the opportunity to pick the ships I want.
Oh, cool.
So now I'm just going to do what they call the Icon, which is the biggest ship, the Utopia, which is the second biggest ship, and in August they're coming out with one called the Star. And they're just so massive. 10,000 people.
Wow.
10,000 people.
That's not a cruise. You don't even know.
that's a
On a
city.
ship that big, it's bigger than an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, really?
And it's like you don't even know you're at sea.
No.
You know? Unless you're taking seriously heavy seas. But
And then you got bigger problems.
yeah. Well, it's about how big. Bring that ship up. What's it called?
Which one?
The
The
Icon?
Yeah, there's the Icon and I guess the sister
Do
ship.
it on
the
Wiki
Utopia.
so you get the stats.
Yeah.
But we'll look that up, and we got to take a break. We'll be right back on News Radio 1580.
I love the radio. It's so random.
Radio with a big V.
Quality radio.
When I'm driving, I got a guy on the radio who talks to me.
We'll be right back with Charlotte County Speaks on News Radio 1580 WCCF.
You have to go with technology, though. You can't fight it. You have to go with it. You know, just like email, you can't fight email. You can't, because email's too important now. It's too important. You have to check your email all the time. The minute you don't check your email is the minute you miss something. Oh, dude, you didn't check your email. Forget it, man. Forget it. I had a gig for you. It was $1.9 million. But I didn't hear back from you. I emailed you 4 seconds ago. It's way too late now. It's way too late. It's too bad, man. We were going to fly out on Air Force One. Yeah, it was a fundraiser for the Models Who Want to Have Sex with Comedians Association. Sorry, man. It was in the title of the email. You would have known. You would have seen it. We hired a ventriloquist.
News Radio 1580, 100.9 FM, WCCF, Charlotte County Speaks, 1050, with the late, great George Harrison.
Yes, and on this day in 1971, the George Harrison album All Things Must Pass started a 7-week run at #1 on the U.S. album chart, making Harrison the first solo Beatle to score a U.S. #1 album. The triple album included the hit singles My Sweet Lord and What Is Life, as well as songs such as Isn't It a Pity and the title track that were turned down by the Beatles.
If For You was on that too, wasn't it?
I
If
believe
Not
so.
For You, I think was on that album too.
Yeah, good stuff.
It was good stuff.
Had little goats in the, wasn't that in the cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and little trolls.
Yeah, the trolls, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got Mike Marino. He's your headliner this week at Vissani in the Comedy Zone. Log on to Vissani.net. You can buy your tickets right there online. Check out the calendar of events and the wonderful menu, Vissani.net. Showtime, 7:30 tonight, 8 o'clock tomorrow. 2 shows on Saturday at 6 and 9:30, along with Jay Davis.
Yeah,
is your
it's gonna be
feature
fun.
right there.
It's gonna be a good time.
Today, folks, it's January 2nd.
Yes.
National Cream Puff Day. Who doesn't like cream puff? National Cream Puff Day. It's also National, it's not, I looked at this, National Buffet Day, and I'm like, really? Shouldn't they say Jimmy Buffett if it's nice? But it's National Buffet Day. National Buffet. We got, so hit the Golden Corral on your way home.
On your way to the gym. for
On
New
your way to
Year's
the
resolution.
gym. Yes.
Yeah.
Which also, National Personal Trainer Awareness Day. Yes.
There you go.
Awareness.
Awareness.
I love that.
It's
like it's a
just send
disease.
text, I'm aware of you, but I'm staying away.
I mean,
I'm aware of you, but I'm at the buffet.
Yeah. Sounds like, yeah.
Having a cream puff.
But Awareness Day, it sounds like a disease. You know, it's like, he's a personal trainer. He's not a genital wart. You know, what are you doing here? Should be just their day.
Right.
Not awareness. We're already aware. You should be. Everybody's aware of a personal trainer at the beginning of January.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they forget about him by the end. You know, I just can't afford you. You know, I thought I could, you know, and I just don't like eating those shakes. Yes, eating, because they're so thick with that powder.
With the wheatgrass, you know.
National Science Fiction Day, too. What's your favorite sci-fi TV show growing up? There was a bunch when we were growing up.
Wait a minute now, because I love classic stuff. Will Robinson, Lost in Space.
Yeah.
Remember Lost in Space?
Yeah.
Come on.
That was great.
Wasn't that great?
The daughter.
Never saw it.
Would Alf
Penny.
be considered sci-fi? Alf?
Alf.
Willie.
No, that was considered an LSD trip.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, the guy that wrote it was
Wasn't
on
he a
drugs.
communist?
He created him as a, you know,
Yeah, he was
drugs,
tripping.
I
He was
find
on
out,
drugs the whole time he wrote Alf.
I believe it.
Lost in Space, Dr. Smith, the robot.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
The original
Star Trek.
Yep.
That was always fun.
Who else? And then we had, what was the,
I liked Firefly. Did you watch that? Newer, but now old.
yeah, I caught the, not bad.
It was only one season.
Not bad.
I don't
But
remember Firefly.
It was on
Nathan
recently.
Fillion. Yeah, it was like in the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, one season.
Yeah. Has like a cult following now.
There was a bunch. I like science fiction.
Yeah.
Don't mind.
Yeah.
Don't mind.
Science fiction's great.
I mean, a lot of it, if you look at a lot of the stuff Star Trek, the original series, we're pretty close to already. I mean, the communicators,
Right.
really, we're almost ready to.
In the year 2015.
Yeah, right? Maybe
You know?
that's the next thing. We beam ourselves someplace else. How'd you get to Florida? I just beamed up.
Hey, yeah, we'll have, Musk will put little portal stations
Yeah.
here. We beam up
He
there
already
and
has
then
the
beam down.
Starlink, yeah.
Yeah, it's through Starlink. It's
Yes.
going to happen here.
Yes.
Probably not in our lifetime. Oh, well. You want to learn some stuff?
Sure.
Well, you're going to.
All right.
For random facts.
This is the only thing I could use that was left over before the boys went on vacation. Number 1 of your 5 random facts, Mississippi banned Sesame Street in 1970 for having a racially integrated cast. Mississippi Public Television thought the portrayal of a multiracial harmony on city streets in a kids' show was unacceptable. Parents successfully petitioned the state to bring it back, and get this, Jim Henson, born in Mississippi. Number 2, there's a tale that a runner from Oregon named Forrest Smithson won the 110-meter hurdles at the 1908 Olympics while carrying the Bible in his hand. But there aren't any official reports that confirm it, and he may have just posed with the Bible in his hand after the race.
Oh, yeah.
Number 3, every British king or queen has a second birthday assigned to them if their real birthday isn't in the summer. So they want to make sure there's good weather for their birthday parade. For example, Queen Elizabeth II's actual birthday, April 21st. Her official birthday, Saturday in June, first Saturday in June. Same with King Charles. His real birthday, November 14th. His official one, June 15th.
So they still give them a different day.
Well, I could never be any of those people. My birthday's in February.
Or you'd have a different birthday
They would
in the
sell
summer.
me
A
out.
summer
In
birthday.
the summer, you would have a summer birthday,
Yes.
so that's when they would hold the parade. We wouldn't even mention your February birthday.
So there's still an opportunity I could be a king.
Possibly.
All right.
Yes.
The whole president thing doesn't
Exactly.
work out. Yeah.
Mike,
I could be a king.
if Mike Marino has taught us anything, ladies and gentlemen, is that we can be anything we put our minds to.
You can get out of that basement.
Number 4, the word oxymoron is actually an oxymoron. It's the combination of 2 Greek words, oxy meaning sharp and keen, and moron meaning dull and stupid. And finally, number 5, Pez candies get their name from the German word Pfefferminz, which means peppermint, since that was the original flavor. And there's your 5 random facts.
There you go.
Which I think I already read last on the
you
19th.
read
There's
them
a
the
midway
last
going.
show,
I read these on the last
you read
show.
Those. I wasn't going to say it on air.
Oh, I knew
but
it.
Yes, you read
I knew
them
it
the
had,
last
but I
show.
just figured, too late, right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So where are you at this week there, sir?
Folks, come see my band, Mike Imbasciani and his Blues Rockers. First weekend of the new year tonight. The second over at Torched down in Cape Coral from 6 to 9. Tomorrow, Friday the 3rd, over at TJ Carney's downtown Venice from 8 to 11. Saturday the 4th over at Ortesia from 8 to 11 downtown Punta Gorda. And then Sunday, bright and early over at the Cars and Coffee event in Northport from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. over there at the Hobby Lobby Plaza, Coco Plum in Northport. MikeandBastiani.com for the full show schedule, and check out the video of this show on the Freedom Chronicles Rumble page, YouTube channel, and Spotify page. And we will leave you with Pennsylvania Amish build 12 houses in less than 2 days for North Carolina hurricane victims. A little good news for you.
They were making some houses that they originally made. There was, they say they weren't made to code, so they made them tear them down. I mean, the way that they treated the people in North Carolina is disgusting, really. Yeah. No, another couple billion to Ukraine, but screw the people in North Carolina. And the governor of North Carolina.
I was trying to give you some good news, Ken.
The governor of North Carolina can't take care of any of his constituents, but he's got the time to commute the sentences of, I think, 6 or 10 murders.
Yeah, of course.
Who are supposed to be getting the death penalty.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I mean, just pieces of garbage. You can't hate your government enough, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, thank you guys so much for coming in, Mike.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
man.
it, Jay.
Love coming on your shows.
Mike
Nice to be
Marino,
here.
Jay Davis. Catch him this week at Vasani. Make sure you get your tickets, Vasani.net. I'll be there for the first show Saturday.
Great.
And what's your, give your information so people can check out your basement.
All my social media is at Mike Marino Live, and my podcast is on YouTube, Mike Marino Live, and then my website's MikeMarino.net.
All right. Coming up after a fake news radio update, Michael P. Heyman's going to come in here and build you all a zoo. If I don't see you Saturday at Vasani, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Monday. Happy New Year.
WCCF Punta Gorda.
News Radio 1580.
Charlotte County's only news talk radio station, serving you around the clock.